Hey, how you doing, everybody? Stan Walker here. Just wanted to get down and tell you guys it's a true story. Ran into a friend of mine that I worked with a long time ago. He came into my job one day, and he told me that he finally got his concealed carry permit, and he had his gun with him, and he was actually going to show it to me, but I had to stop him and say, no, 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 don't do that here. I'm on the clock, dude. But then it had me thinking about, he told me that he would rather just, he ever got into a confrontation with someone at a sports bar, he would rather just pull out a gun and shoot him as opposed to taking a jujitsu class. He told me he had been training in three different martial arts before because he saw my shirt. He saw that I had been training in like 3 or 4 years now. So I guess he was just doing that to try to upstage me a little bit. But I think that he was, but that had me thinking about when he told me that he would rather just pull out a gun and just shoot the guy if the guy ever confronted him at a sports bar. I have three friends of mine. They said they would do the exact same thing after they saw that I did martial arts, and my brother being one of them. I usually start the day off doing the weapons forms because the style I do, we only have two weapons in the system. But over the years I've been training, I've seen videos and I've read books about different arts and the different weapons that they have, and I've seen similarities, and I've discovered that if you can, that I see similarities between all of them, and I've discovered that if you can understand two weapons, you can understand all. And one day I said that to my brother, and he basically said he says, well, there's only one weapon I need to master in order to understand all weapons, and that's the gun. But that had me thinking about when it came to the subject of self-defense and home defense, that everybody I know says they would rather do that instead of buying a gun. Instead of doing a martial arts class. But me personally, seeing as how I've been doing martial arts since I was 12, it just seemed like a natural choice to me, because I think what it all boils down to when it comes to self-defense and home defense is doing what you can afford. So I, if you can afford to go pow pow, then okay, that's your prerogative. But you got to think about it. Would you really want to do that though? Because there's a lot of legal repercussions and all that stuff. So that I've heard about. But when it all, I mean, but what it all boils down to, if you ask me, when it comes to self-defense and home defense, is doing what you can afford. You know, I mean, so if you can, and I've been to a gun store. I've seen how much it costs. Glock 17s and 6 hours and AR-15s and M4s are not cheap. Not to mention you gotta buy ammo and you gotta pay for time on the range. That stuff is not cheap. Me, I only pay I pay less than that. Then I, for every month I train, that's how much I only pay less than what you would pay on a gun range. So, but that's just me, you know. But my prerogative, my opinion is it all boils down to the ball's in your court on this one. If you can afford to go to a gun range, okay. But if you cannot afford to do that, you need to find another alternative. And if, but like I say, that's all. It's the ball's in your court on that one. Everybody has an opinion about how they would handle this person or that person, or this situation or that situation. But it's all up to you at the end of the day. I just hope you make a right choice. Ciao.